The Fortnite police is back, baby. We've returned. Wee skirt, scammers, get ready, because today you're getting trampled and exposed. Welcome back to Top 5 Gaming, everyone, where today we present to you the Top 5 Fortnite Scammers. Essentially, the way that these scams work is people trade guns from different rarities on Save the World. So both have to drop the gun and pick it up. The problem is people lie about it being a certain rarity or saying that they have something special, which then results in the person who actually was telling the truth getting gypped. And did I mention that today and today only, if you like the video and subscribe, I will give each of you a free scam-proof vest in the mail. No scam, 100% legit. Also, if you're wondering when you'll receive the vest, times 365 days by your life expectancy listed on Ancestry.com. Then leave your social security. Number 5, MMG. At the number 5 spot, we have MMG, who hunts down scammers and decides to mess with them for as long as possible to waste their time and get a little payback. This type of scamming, though, is pretty new, which started appearing with the release of the gifting system in Battle Royale, in which you gift people skins, etc. After a few failed attempts to trick scammers due to most people knowing who MMG is, he finally finds someone who doesn't know who he is. Introducing, wait for it, Huge Ninja Fan 69. Huge Ninja Fan is attempting to scam MMG for some rare skins within the game, so MMG plays dumb and says, "I've got this skeleton skin," acting as if he doesn't know that'll never be in the game again. Little does Huge Ninja Fan know that MMG doesn't even own the skeleton skin. Straight off the bat, Huge Ninja Fan says he needs his account in order to perform the swap, but says he'll send MMG his account details too. The whole time, MMG just plays dumb, acting as if he doesn't have a clue, and asks Huge Ninja Fan for a full rundown on how it works. As Huge Ninja Fan explains, MMG attempts to pick apart the method, but with every attempt, Huge Ninja Fan counters him with the worst excuses that result in a very comical watch for the viewer.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you don't have it," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I can get it," and then, yeah.
That's a nice ringtone you have.
No, it's not my ringtone.
Eventually, after wasting 15 minutes of the scammer's time, you can see Huge Ninja Fan is getting frustrated, so MMG goes ahead with the plan of sending each other private account details, but instead sends the message, "I know you're scamming, LMAO." At the same time, Huge Ninja Fan sends his password, but it's just a string of dots, an easily excusable message if the guy getting scammed wasn't exactly the brightest spark. But as soon as MMG sends the message, Huge Ninja Fan rages, swears at MMG, and not only leaves the chat, but instantly goes offline too. As any content creator will tell you, time is money, and Huge Ninja Fan definitely got screwed with.
1, 2, 3, send. Message.
You know, fuck you, dude. I was just trying to help out the community.
What the fuck is this? You sent a bunch of dots. You sent a string of dots. He left the fucking party. He left the fucking party. Don't block me. He's offline. He's literally offline already. Can you even do that? You can just send a bunch of dots? This guy's so fucking badass.
And at the number 4 spot, we've got Endo Rail. Now, Endo Rail is getting revenge on a scammer who scammed his friend and content creator, Magical Gamer. He gets the scammer and Save the World in order to do some weapon trading. In the haggling process, Endo Rail attempts to gain the trust of the scammer by picking up the scammer's weapons to look at the stats and then drop them back to the scammer, thus gaining trust. After coming to a business deal they can both agree on, they get into the readied positions. Keeping in mind with these trades, elaborate setups are made to prevent one player from just stealing the other's weapons as soon as they're dropped. In this build, they had a windowed wall separating the two. Endo Rail had agreed on trading a very powerful weapon, but instead drops a lower level version of the same weapon. But from a distance, you wouldn't be able to tell that. After the scammer drops his weapons, they both approach the window, and in an archway, proceed to their goods and collect the items. Instantly, the scammer knows he's the one that's been scammed and starts raging, "Suck my balls," and blows into the mic.
There's proof of you as a scammer in Magical Gamer's channel.
And you can suck my balls.
I hate scammers.
After Endo Rail removes the scammer from the party, he just joins straight back, attempting to annoy him by building over his pristine base. But Endo Rail just annoys the scammer even more by giving the scammed weapons to Magical Gamer, the original player who got scammed. What a nice dude. Let's spread the love, so let everyone know below, what's the most generous thing that's ever happened to you in Fortnite? Absolute clowns. Absolute clowns. Number 3, Jakers. With number 3, we have a very simple social experiment, the AFK trust test. He does this by going into someone else's world, which gives them the ability to edit buildings, but not the gets. So again, we have a windowed wall so they can discuss or look at the weapons from a safe distance, but what Jakers does is drop his agreed weapon and then tell the possible scammer that he quickly needs to go to the toilet. He never actually leaves, but he stands still for a minute or two to make the other person think he's gone AFK, and this is where the possible scammer is tested. A scammer would use this opportunity to quickly edit the windowed wall, let himself into Jakers' area, and steal his dropped weapons. But massive shout out to the first guy, Me Love, that not only waited patiently for Jakers to get back, but even refused the gift at first that he was rewarded for being trustworthy.
This is all yours.
No, you don't have to know.
That's all yours, bro.
No, you can take those. I mean,
Me Love, we need more people like you, my friend. However, in the second attempt, Jakers drops his scar and once again pretends to go AFK for this social experiment. After about 30 seconds or so, the scammer sure enough edits a door and comes into the room to check out Jakers' dropped gun, but is a bit hesitant. Before he can pick it up though, Jakers quickly picks his gun back up, preventing the scam. This guy felt so bad about what happened that he apologized to Jakers for what he did. Seems like he learned his lesson. What do you think? Was he really a scammer or just curious to look at the gun while he waited for Jaker? The third attempt, though, is probably the more malicious of the three. Jakers performs the social experiment and once again pretends to go AFK, and the moment he does this, Jakers is kicked from the party and the host world, which leaves Jakers' scar laying on the ground, ready for the scammer to easily pick up. Now that's gotta hurt. In at number 2, we've got Twine Cheeks. With number 2, we have Twine Cheeks with one of the biggest scam paybacks so far. Now, in this setup, the plan is to have each other drop the agreed weapons, which in this case is a lot, at least 8 high-class weapons, each with a max level of 130. That's a lot of materials and hard work spent into getting them. Once again, we have a window wall, but Twine Cheeks is the host this time, so he's the only one who can edit walls. The plan is Twine Cheeks drops his weapon in the back corner, and then asks the scammer to do the same while he goes into edit mode, ready to make an arcway so they can both switch places and trade weapons honorably. But as you can probably tell already, this doesn't happen. Due to one of the more recent updates that no longer allow you to see through an edited wall, the scammer starts picking his weapons back up so that when Twine Cheeks makes the arcway, the scammer can take Twine Cheeks' weapons quickly while also having his own. But on the other hand, the scammer didn't realize who he was up against, and Twine Cheeks quickly picks up his own weapons before getting scammed. As you can expect, the scammer gives a lame excuse saying, "I was just testing you," so pretending to believe him, they set up the trade deal again, each dropping all of their weapons. And remember, this trade deal was supposed to be a trade between max level 130 weapons. Now that all the weapons are dropped, Twine Cheeks makes his move. Above the trade room is actually a fake floor that you can jump through, and in Save the World, ninja-type characters can double jump. So without the scammer noticing him first, Twine Cheeks double jumps through the ceiling, over the wall, and quickly grabs the scammer's weapons to check they're the max level 130 that they both agreed on. Surprise, surprise, they're not even close, with them being at level 82, and decides to spend the rest of the video messing with and teasing the scammer. In at number 1, we've got Reigns. With the number 1 spot, Reigns earning today's cookie with a 4-stage comeback. Again, with a windowed wall with 2 rooms on either side for dropping weapons, but this time, the trade rooms are raised off the floor and both players have the ability to edit. In the first deal, they're just talking and the scammer asks for a scar. In Save the World, it's known as Siegebreaker. However, as soon as Reigns drops the weapon, the scammer is already editing his way through and picks up the scar before Reigns can do anything. Savage. The scammer mocks Reigns, saying, "Get scammed," but it doesn't end there. In an attempt to get his weapon back and the original founder's drumroll weapon he wanted, Reigns makes another deal and offers valuable crafting material in exchange. The scammer agrees and they set up to go again, but upon editing the middle wall, he turns around picking his own guns up as Reigns goes for them and gets the crafting material Reigns had dropped. Luckily, Reigns was smart and dropped only 1 each of the crafting material that he'd offered. This goes on for a third attempt for the exact same deal, but the scammer edits the floor under Reigns, dropping him down, and once again the scammer gets everything. At this point, I'm just beginning to feel bad for Reigns. This dude is just taking sucker punches left and right. The fourth attempt, man, some people never learn. I almost can't watch. They make the same deal again, and even though it's not a fair deal, 2 amazing weapons plus the material Reigns dropped in exchange for even more of Reigns' materials, the scammer is just becoming overconfident, thinking he can toy with Reigns all day. But Reigns makes his plays and edits the floor out for the scammer, dropping him down and grabs all the weapons and all the materials. Warning, squeaker alert as the scammer cries in bittersweet symphony and then pretends nothing had previously happened and calls Reigns a scammer. What? But then also admits to scamming 20 people for one of those guns. Reigns, you earned that cookie, bud. You earned that cookie.
Promise.
Alright, I'm gonna edit it.
You scammer!
Scammer
Scammer!
get scammed.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god,
Scammer
no!
get
Bro,
scammed.
you scammer!
Scammer get scammed. Scammer get scammed.
Kid. Of course
Scammer
he
get
scams
scammed.
me.
But you scammed me like 3 times.
I didn't
You
even
scammed me
scam
like
you!
3 times.
And know how I got that drum roll?
How?
Because I
There's only
scammed like
20.
20 people for it.
Oh my gosh, dude. You had to scam 20 people to get
It's
a 20 drum roll.
106. What are you talking about?
But that has been our list of the top 5 Fortnite scammers who got exposed. If you liked the video, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget about the question of the day. And keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.